hit R a bunch of times. R is reinforce. This AT gun is in a bad spot right there. I was a little too aggressive with it. When I pulled back my M8, I should have pulled back the AT gun. Your AT gun should always be behind your main force. MG was trying to protect him there, but you see how that worked, that he had to retreat. This is where those flamers come in handy. He takes a building, I immediately bring my flamers up. Lots of nice screen cover. I'm going to get sticky on that guy. It's not going to really matter. I queued up a retreat order as soon as he threw the sticky, so he's going to throw the sticky and run like hell. All that's going to do is delay that Puma because it's close to his base. He'll be able to repair it, but it's enough to annoy him and keep a Puma off my back for the time being. I want this AT gun back, but this MG is going to cause me trouble. Here's what I'm talking about, the Pumas trying to raid behind you. The M8's going to go respond to that. He is going to get the mortar because that hero Puma is really nice. He's one of my favorites. So there is a mortar down right there, and I don't have anything to pick it up right now. It's safe for me to pick it up right now, but my higher priority is try to get this AT gun out of here. I see the Puma doing lots of damage to me. Try to set up the AT gun, but he's going to go down to this Volk squad here as I try to suppress those Volks to keep him from killing it, but he's going to kill it here with either the MG or the Volks. Yeah, MG gets it. It's going down. I suppress the Volks with suppressing fire. An expensive ability, 40 munitions. As you can see, I have control of both high munitions here, but it's still an expensive ability you do not want to use all the time unless you're trying to protect something important like your AT gun. My second attempt to recruit this AT gun is a little closer. I might be able to get it here. I need that back for the Pumas because I don't have enough fuel because I want to get a tank TPO up. This AT gun has a limited lifetime, especially once he's yielding levels. I don't know why those guys decided to go that way. Right on the road, red cover, bad move. That Puma, as you can see, just killed him in 2 seconds flat. So I'm kind of naked against these Pumas that seem to keep multiplying. I do have the AP rounds on this MG that I'm going to keep in the back of my head. If he charges me with these things, I want to try to block one with the M8, activate the AP rounds. AP rounds do take a little bit to kill somebody, so you need to be able to block them with something else. Every time I hear that Nebel, it's got a really loud distinctive sound. I want to try to guess what he's shooting at and move. So you see me pack up my MG as soon as I saw that. This is a high priority target for me, so I want to lay a mine right by it. It's a nice little trick. Blows up. If you're quick enough, you can get out of there. If you don't move in time or you get stuck, you're gonna lose your M8 when you do that. Sometimes it's worth doing a kamikaze M8 if there's a lot of guys grouped up. I've seen some pretty crazy ones where they'll kill 3 Pumas at a time if you get it just right. He's got 3 Pumas now versus my 1 M8, and I still don't have that AT gun. Trying to protect that area around it so eventually I can get that AT gun, and I don't want him to pick it up. He only has 1 upgun Puma, but I'm still outgunned and outmaneuvered by those Pumas. I did make it a point to lay lots of mines on this map. It's a great map for mines. Since my M8 wasn't effective in the middle with those 3 Pumas, I went to go on anti-harassment duty. Try to kill off those minesweepers so he can't clear the rest of my mines. Throughout the whole game, I want to lay mines. I have a munitions advantage. I want to lay as many mines as possible, but I don't want him to see where they are. So I want to lay them right after I take territory, in both conspicuous and inconspicuous places. Like this road is a perfect spot to lay 3 in a row there. That's 75 munitions, but it is going to be worth it because that is a logical escape route for those Pumas. If they're injured trying to go back to their base, they're going to come down there, or if they're coming down to the center from the other side. This guy will not retreat. This is a really frustrating bug. I tried everything I could to unbug him. I was so flustered trying to retreat them. I spent 5 seconds too long trying to retreat those guys that I wasn't watching my M8. But I do bait him into my mines. But this guy's in trouble. He's got a damage engine, no health. I've kind of given up hope on saving him. I'm going to try to get some engineers up there, but it's probably not going to work. I realize that my chances of getting that back are slim. So he's going to do as much damage as he can. They take him down with just a 20mm, which can whittle away at armor, that 20mm. It's not very effective, but just like bars can whittle away on a Puma, the Puma can whittle away on your armor with that 20mm. Defensive position on that MG, he's not quite in that green cover that I wanted him to be in. You want to keep an eye on that shield. Right now it's yellow. He is more vulnerable than if it were green, which is where I want him to be, behind that well. So he's just a slight misplacement. Try to get some better cover from that garrison building, but this Puma is dangerous. He does get in the building, but I want to retreat him right away because he has very little health. So I'm going to get him out of there so I don't lose him. Those MGs are useful throughout the whole game. It all depends on how you use them. And they never get obsolete. They are always good to have as long as there are infantry or light vehicles on the field. He's got his defensive special pioneers, whatever you call them, conscripted pioneers. So I'm not thinking about an 88 right now, as I should have been. You'll see it surprised me when he builds one in a minute up here. I should have been thinking about bunkers and 88s, but I'm just too concerned with these Pumas and how they are being quite a menace. I'm trying to build up some Shermans. I think Shermans are the best counter to Pumas. They are slightly resistant to this upgun, as you can see the front armor shot deflect off there. An M10, even though an M10 does more damage, it also has less health and a lot less armor, and a Puma is going to be able to do lots of damage to an M10 in a limited amount of time. This Puma's getting some shots on me because he is that hero Puma. I think he gets extra penetration. So he does hurt the Sherman. Sherman has to pull back. I'm going to repair it. I want to get a recon in to see what he's doing, but since he has 3 Pumas right where I tried to throw the recon run, he shot down the plane. Hopefully it crashed somewhere cool. Sometimes those planes get some random crashes. They'll come down and either destroy your stuff or your enemy stuff. It's kind of really random, but it's one of those fun things to see because it looks like a V1 explosion when a plane loaded with fuel just crashes into some stuff. Okay, so this is my defensive point now. I got pushed back a little bit behind the church. I'm right here because I have these buildings blocking me from his fire, and I can still see him. I'm laying down a defensive net of mines in case he tries to flank me in my little turtle nest here. And I want to put these medic tents up because I know those Pumas are still out. They're still going to kill my riflemen really easy. So I want to try to take advantage of any casualties I get to get new squads. When I build 2 medic tents, 300 manpower, just about what it costs to build a rifleman. It's a manpower gamble of if he shoots your medics, but since I have 4 medics on the field now, I am going to get free squads twice as fast. If it works, otherwise I'm out a little bit of manpower if I don't get any squads. There's that 88 that surprised me right real close in the Sherman. You see how much health that guy, I just repaired him and he's almost dead already. I'm keeping my rifles by here in case he comes up with that upgun Puma to try to finish him off. I want to be able to scare him off with some sticky bombs and those AP rounds from the MG. Right now I'm just kind of stuck because I do not have anything to take out that 88 with, especially when it's defended by Pumas. I'm going to think here while I'm retreating these flamer guys that I'm going to build a sniper. So you see me build a weapon support center in just a minute, and then I'm going to cancel it right away because I changed my mind yet again. I decided that the sniper is too risky with these Pumas out here because the Puma can chase down your sniper and kill him really fast, especially with all the red cover roads that everybody likes to retreat on. So I decided I'm going to try to call in, or retreat this guy because I'm going to call in my supply drop as soon as I get enough manpower for it. And I'm going to get another mortar. There still is that deep crude mortar in the middle, but it's obviously covered by a lot of stuff right now, so I can't hit it. Okay, I'm going to focus fire this Puma that's getting way too close. Mistake on his part, got too close to it. AP'd it, sticky for good measure, killed it before the sticky went off. And then I immediately switched to the second Puma. It's still in my arc of fire. I can switch targets manually. and I'm going to try to sticky this one that's on the hedge. You see it charges me for a sticky bomb. I don't know if it throws it or not. It was either a dud or he didn't throw it because that Puma is not injured, and I was kind of confused. I kind of expected to come back and see an injured Puma, and no such luck. I'm losing some of my territory here because I am pinned down, so I'm trying to think of my counter for this 88 and Puma combination, and it's going to be a combination of Shermans, riflemen, and a mortar squad. So I'm going to recruit this mortar squad right here. Supply drop is really great for those. It only costs 150. You can make it cheaper too, but it costs more CPs, which would be useful later game, but not so much in the early game. But it comes down to, right now for me, if I recruit both weapons, it costs me about, I think it's 110 manpower for each weapon, and normally mortars 280 and MG's 240, so it's more than half price, or less than half price, I should say. He's nebbling my little defensive area here. Just like I said, every time I hear those nebbles go off, I want to move my concentrations of troops because I don't want to get hit by that. Not only does it suppress you, it also has an incendiary damage. The longer you're in that little fire in the ground, the longer you're going to be taking residual damage from the shell. I'm going to use this building to block that 88 from hitting me, but he wisely put his Panzer Pioneers in there. So he's going to have clear shots with those Shreks on my Sherman, so I want to move it back out of range. Killed a something there. Was that a Puma? Yeah, AT gun kills the Puma. See how it's back behind my forces. That Sherman's almost dead, so I want to bring him back to my, yet again, last fallback point, which is my cutoff here. If I lose this cutoff, I am going to be in a lot of trouble because I'm not going to have hardly any territory left. So this AT gun is going to help me pick off these guys. I'm going to activate AP rounds, extra damage, extra accuracy, extra penetration. Boom, he goes down. Minesweeper seems my mines over there. Or did he lay one? I don't remember. But even though I'm in a little bit of defensive posture here, I'm opening up a flank on the right. I don't want him to be able to spearhead his forces head on into mine. I want to be able to open a second flank so I can come in on the right. When you're playing a Wehrmacht player, his forces are stronger when they're all together. You have the ability as an American player to spread out a bit more. So you want to use that to your advantage and not put your mortar into MG range. So this is going to continue for a little bit here, but see, I'm still being productive here, taking the other sides of the map. Even though I'm stalled in the middle here, I can't push forward yet. I'm planning on it as soon as I get more forces to combat that 88. Try to clear this. That was actually a failed attack there because I ran into that MG because I didn't see it. So I want to get rid of that MG so to clear the way for my infantry to move in. This Puma on the right gets sticky. I do have 2 rifles over there, so he is a prime target for multiple sticky bombs. Not the most efficient way to kill one, but when it's all you got, it's worth the risk. He's repairing it here with those guys that seem to be repairing it real quick. Like I said, you want to target those Pioneers because they take extra damage. So I ordered a sticky bomb and queued up an attack on those Pioneers. Throw the sticky bomb, shoot the Pioneers. He's immobilized here. I'm thinking I might be able to finish him off with some weirder armor shots with the bars, but then those Volks come in, shoot me in the back, take an extra damage. One more sticky bomb, try to finish him off, and I retreat those guys. Again, he pulls the same trick, putting his Shrek in that church, but I have a lot of things in range of that church for him to shoot. That sticky bomb didn't kill that Puma. It's one of those random things that something that should kill somebody sometimes often doesn't. So I bring that wounded Sherman in there to finish the job. And I want to pull him back to a safe spot in my base. I don't just want to leave him somewhere where somebody could sneak up on him and kill him because he's no health left. So I'm going to bring him back towards the rest of my forces, trying to make a halfway point with my engineers so they can meet in the middle and try to repair as efficiently as possible. He has recaptured my mortar now, so he has 2 indirect fire weapons. He has the Nebelwerfer, which is which is mainly just disorganizing my